Well, you have seen my best video game rankings, so mind that we just do the worst. Well, I'm just going to put a copyright warning just to still be safe. Well, now that you guys had heard my more positive video game movies ranking, now you're about to hear my more negative. I'm going to be ranking these movies from number 4 to 1. That way I don't have to torture myself talking about these bad movies, so you can consider yourself to be lucky. Well, before we get this over with, I'm going to talk about the 4 honorable mention of the worst video games movie that I could have added. So first we have Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. Yeah, this movie was pretty weak for me. The horror elements was forgettable. Well, actually, everything about this movie is forgettable. So yeah, it was a mediocre movie that is kind of bad. Okay, then we have the Injustice movie. Okay, when I first watched it, I thought it was passable, but think about the origin story, how the actual Injustice game is yiked. The execution just come out pretty mid, and there are so many characters that they just wasted. Then we have Mortal Kombat Snowblind. Okay, I know I piss on your Kool-Aid, but outside of Kenshi and Sub-Zero's character development and the bloody fatality that is actually pretty good, I just can't stand this movie. Well, Kenshi is a pretty cool character from the Mortal Kombat game, but in this movie, I was not that interested in him. And one time, I watched this movie with my friend, and even he didn't like it. Okay, now finally, we have the Street Fighter's Chun-Li Origins movie. Okay, I heard that the Street Fighter's movies are terrible, and the Chun-Li movie was my first and last Street Fighter's movie that I ever watched. When I was watching it, I was just pretty bored. The story was actually pretty stupid, and the fight scenes are just fake. It's just so bad that I don't even want to talk about it. Well, if it weren't for me ranking the worst video game movie from worst to number 1, then this movie, without a doubt, would have made it to the worst list. So yeah, that was it. These are the 4 honorable mention. Now, let's start the actual rankings. Warcraft. Okay, I don't know what I expected from this movie. Well, I watched it after school last year, and it really disappointed me. The pacing is just so slow that I couldn't stop myself from taking a nap during this because I was tired after school. And with all that, this movie does nothing. It was just boring, and it just ended with a cliffhanger that is not resolved. Like, I don't think they're going to make a sequel after this. So yeah, I have seen this movie once, and I don't think I'm going to watch it again. Mortal Kombat. Well, you want to know a funny story about that? Well, I have actually seen this movie 5 times in a row. Well, the first time watching it with my family in the backyard, where we have a projector, well, let's just say that we are disappointed, but I don't think it was that bad. And then I watch it the second time, and then the third time, and the fourth time it pisses me off, and then the fifth time. So yeah, this movie didn't really get better for me each time I watch it again. Okay, well, I enjoyed the fight scenes and the blood and gore, but outside of this movie doing justice to the games at times, they just also got everything wrong from the Mortal Kombat games. This movie does not take place at the tournament, and it was such a slap in the face. Well, even it doesn't take place at the tournament, they did nothing with some of the characters and wasted precious time. The original Mortal Kombat movie is only an hour and 40 minutes, and the recent one is an hour and 50 minutes. But even the new movie is longer. The original pacing is better for me. There's barely any plot, and all you do is be at Raiden's temple all day, even though Raiden has less screen time and doesn't fight in this movie, even though it does not take place at the tournament. And I am not a fan of Ko Young. He was just a random character that is not from the Mortal Kombat games. So I don't see myself caring about him, or his family, or his development. Like, I was not into him. Well, if they kill him off in the second Mortal Kombat movie, then that would be the best day of my freaking life, period. Okay, not only the random character is in this movie and the pacing is rushed, this movie also technically lied about what this movie is going to be about. They literally told us that it is a emotional movie, which that's cap, because this movie is barely emotional and the acting is terrible. And they didn't even do the characters right either. Well, okay, they did Kano character right, that's for sure. But at the same time, they just treated him as the main character, even though he is obviously not. And plus, the Outworld villains does not even have a chance to do their own fatality move besides the heroes. The only one that did have a chance is Shang Tsung. And speaking of which, Shang Tsung and his Outworld assassins are not intimidating. Well, the 95 version of Shang Tsung is way more intimidating than that. So yeah, overall, the 2021 Mortal Kombat was a video game failure. Well, if you like the movie, then I don't mind it. There's some people that enjoyed the Mortal Kombat film, so you can like what you like. But this Mortal Kombat movie left a bad impression out of me since I watched it 5 times. And only a true Mortal Kombat fan would see the problem like I do. So yeah, all this movie does is waste time. And this movie is supposed to be Scorpion and Sub-Zero's story. I mean, let's just think about it. These two are literally in the poster of the movie. So this film could have been all about them through and through. But no, instead, they gave them less screen time. And that is underwhelming. The 95 Mortal Kombat is a much better version of this movie. Yeah, I know this movie is not that violent, but at least they care about the characters in the fight scene and the Mortal Kombat stuff in general. So I'd rather watch a movie that has done justice to the Mortal Kombat characters' personality over a movie that doesn't do that good with the character's personality, but did justice to the fatalities. And this is why I included the 2021 Mortal Kombat on my worst list. The Super Mario Bros. 1993. Okay, we definitely seen this coming. Well, I haven't seen the actual movie, but thank God that I didn't watch it, so I got nothing to say about the story, the villains, and the characters, and all that stuff. I just only put it on the worst list because I knew it belongs there. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Oh boy. Okay, this movie tells a great example of how bad video games can be. I'm just going to start off good by saying the CGI is terrible. The CGI is just so bad that my eyes literally burns. Like, I am not kidding. I have to wash my eyes out with sink water. Not only that, they just wasted every characters in the movie. Killing off Johnny Cage pisses me off. Cyrax only got one screen time in one fight scene, even Baraka and Nightwolf, and I just find myself to be overwhelmed for what they did to Melina. And there's something that doesn't make sense in this movie. I mean, Scorpion came back even though he just got killed off in the first movie. Like, him coming back in the second movie, even though he just got killed off in the first, confuses me. Like, I don't like this logic here. And they didn't use Scorpion and Sub-Zero again for the whole movie, and the Outworld's heroes was able to defeat Sindel. Well, even though Sindel has killed a lot of heroes in the Mortal Kombat games. So yeah, I hate this movie so much. Not only it is the worst video game movie, it is also the worst movie I ever seen in my life. Like, this movie is just so bad that even people were making fun of it these days. Well, there's going to be a sequel to the recent Mortal Kombat movie that will be coming out in October of this year, and I hope I don't get disappointed with Mortal Kombat 2. I mean, seriously. The Mortal Kombat films needs to start redeeming themselves and actually make a great movie. Otherwise, I might lose interest. Well, that's what's it, guys. Well, tell me your own top 10 worst list. Like, which video game movie do you personally think it is the worst of the worst? Well, my name is Isaiah Belfort, and hopefully I will see you again. Well, I am going to watch the new Karate Kid movie on Thursday, so I might do my first review on this movie. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're at it.